Virtual meetings are usually a fundamental element of working across distance, and to communicate with large portions of your team at once, you'll need to be able to lead a successful virtual meeting. Virtual meetings can be held in a variety of ways. You can host a traditional conference call, utilize a screen sharing service to view a document simultaneously, join a group video chat, or use a combination of technologies. However you go about your meeting, you'll want to make sure your team has the tools to be successful. Begin by scheduling meetings at a time that works for everyone. Be mindful of the fact that you may have employees located in different time zones. Try to avoid scheduling meetings that cause people to come in early, miss lunch, or cut into personal time after work. Of course, this is not always possible, in which case you should rotate meeting times so no one is consistently inconvenienced. Next, you'll want everyone prepared before the meeting is held. Distribute an agenda to all of the members containing details about the level of participation expected from each member. If it's important for people to be taking their own notes, or if someone is expected to speak, let them know this ahead of time. Virtual meetings work best when they are short, no more than 90 minutes in length. A bit of pre-work on everyone's part will ensure that meetings don't get too long. The final step is to select the right technology for the meeting. To do this, ask yourself, what is the purpose of the meeting, and what do we need to accomplish? Does someone on the team need to deliver a presentation? If so, a video conferencing service or an online presentation site is appropriate. Is the purpose of this meeting to generate ideas? For brainstorming sessions, let team members share their computer screens or give everyone access to a virtual whiteboard via an online document editing service. If you need to make decisions with your team, you can stick to audio calls with the assistance of a data gathering tool like an online survey. Once you've selected the appropriate tools, be sure to distribute meeting invitations that include any login information or access codes your team will need to join the meeting. On the day of your meeting, give yourself ample time to perform a tech check and make sure all of the different tools you'll be using are working and available. Performing this check with time to spare will allow you to set up alternative technologies, or in the worst case, reschedule the meeting before everyone on your team is online and waiting. The actual meeting shouldn't be the first time you're using the software or platform. A tech check gives you time to practice so you can answer any questions about the technology. In addition, you should prep the room you'll be using. The internet connection might be great at your desk, but next to nothing in the conference room. And if you're using a telephone, check to see how far away from the speaker you can be and still be heard. It's frustrating to finish an important point only to be told no one could hear you. Fixing these little things beforehand will keep your meeting on track. Once everything is ready and running smoothly, you'll want to join the meeting 5 to 10 minutes early to act as host. When someone joins in, have them introduce themselves by stating their name and where they're calling in from. Make a list of who has joined so you can keep track of who's present. Every time a new person joins, be sure to repeat who else is already on the call before having the new person introduce themselves. It's inevitable that someone will be late, but try to begin no later than 5 to 10 minutes past the scheduled meeting time. Start out by checking if everyone received the agenda items for the meeting, and ask that people have them open on their computer so they can follow along. Go over discussion etiquette. Set ground rules for when people should talk and when people should listen. Ask attendees to speak loudly and clearly when they're speaking. If some team members are at a noisier location, ask them to mute until they are contributing. During the meeting, it's important to have everyone participate, even if you have to specifically invite them to contribute. Doing so will keep everyone engaged and focused, and you'll cut down on distractions when people feel they should be ready to contribute to the conversation. To keep faith in meetings high, try to conclude right on time, if not early. Attendees are more likely to call in the next time when they know they can trust the agenda to run as scheduled. At the conclusion of the meeting, give a verbal recap of what was discussed and the action steps people need to take moving forward. To solidify this information, distribute notes from the meeting via email as soon as possible after the meeting ends. Having a physical reminder of what happens in each meeting creates a better foundation of communication for your team and helps avoid confusion over what needs to be done next.